I have observed, and even myself felt in recent months, yes, even years, that my voice is left in the dust without being heard or even considered. It is as if we the people are insignificant, and that the establishment does have the say in the end anyway. Is my voice really heard? Does my vote count? Having recently reread the Constitution of the United States, the Declaration of Independence, and the Gettysburg Address, I have concluded that the only way my voice isn't heard is when I do not speak out. The only way my vote doesn't count is when I do not vote. Our system of government only works correctly when we, the people, speak up, speak out, and act accordingly. During a very critical time in our national history, President Lincoln said some things that are still very fitting today. Thoughts that today, at this critical juncture in our history, we should hear and ponder. Let's hear what President Lincoln said at Gettysburg. "Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to set aside a portion of that field as a final resting place to those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be dedicated here to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Let us, we the people, pray that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.